Hello back everybody. Here I have a same model and I'm going to keep it as quick as possibly I can and want to do that light light hair, have that axis here on her upper torso, elbow here, the elbow here on the left, the angle that I've said, the angle which is that's the spine. Then you have the cheek butt here, and then that's the thigh, calf, and that's the other the other thigh, which is a left thigh, and you have a calf here. That's the thigh, calf, that's the calf, a left calf, foot itself, elbow, elbow, and the other, her right arm, face looking on the left, sorry, a little bit further to the left, the face, hair, calf, heel, and I guess the foot, which we don't actually see, but we know it's there. Then you have a calf, which is pretty much the same angle or horizontal line as the left foot, and heel, and the foot itself, which goes and rests here. Toes. Okay, now I think it would be best if I use some shadows here, but very quick and soft ones. Here we have shadow. The spine is too intense on this, so I just better keep it a little bit less dark. With the upper shoulder, nose, ribbon, blondish hair. It's the same model as I said before, kind of curly hair, upper shoulder, and a light tonal value of the thigh, and you have a little bit of thigh here, there. The shoulder, the left shoulder is lower, the right shoulder is higher, and a little bit wider. And that's a little bit lower. And then we have some beautiful shadow here, which is the shadow on her, cast shadow on the wall. And let's lose those lines here. Let's blend them with the shadow on the wall. And Just emphasis on those darks, a little bit darker tonal value. And hair, face, nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, nose, somewhere here the eyes, hair. And let's keep that, give her a lighter tone here. So that will separate the face from the wall. That shoulder, lower the left side shoulder. There, a little bit lower. And some highlights here on the upper arm. Here, and a little bit of rib cage. I was going to say no, not rib cage here. We have the spine here. Then you have a bit of highlight on her left cheek, now the right cheek, and I think I can bring the calf actually a little bit higher than that. And the foot itself, which is a bit darker in value, and a little bit wider here, the upper thigh, a bit wider here, and the left here, left thigh, bit of highlight, and we have the elbow. They have it, and then a little bit of left thigh, hand here, calf, which is a bit darker. I can make the calf a little bit darker. Take some darks here and then add it here. Make the calf also a little bit more muscly. And then you have the foot. Okay, all right. Let's give her a little bit more of a deserved accuracy on the face, a little bit more than what it is at the moment. Nose here, upper lip, lower lip, and the chin. And I guess shoulder a little bit more angular, as it is vague at the moment. Give her a wider upper shoulder. And then you have the elbow here, which is a little bit higher than the left hand side elbow. Lower that here a little bit more. Give her a little bit more of a shadow here, and the lower arm, and you have the hand which goes around the thigh and the calf here. Half tone, upper shoulder, and then you have a little bit of a cheek part here, and the thigh itself, and the calf, which can be a little bit more rounded here. And the foot, which is, I'm looking a little bit closer, and the foot is actually moving to the right ankle bone, foot itself there, and that calf is a bit wider there. There you are, wider the calf, thigh up here, and the thigh on this side. Now I can give a little bit of a lighter tonal value here, and here as well. There. And have the foot more defined. Actually, because that's the closest to us. It's the limb which is the closest to us. And you have toes, and give it a darker tonal value, closer to the toes, and create a darker tone. Lose the line here, lose it and bring it back, lose it and bring it back. And wider, a little bit of a wider calf here. And I would also give her a little bit of a darker tonal value here. And then lose that line here, this one. Okay, and that shadow here just blends, and give her a darker tonal value here as well. Here we are. And some highlights here. Let's see on the here and on the calf. A little bit more rounded to look more round here, and that's shiny on the calf. A little bit of shiny on the left. So right butt cheek butt. A little bit more of a muscle here. So a lighter tone here. And spine, almost a vertical line. And then the upper shoulder, darker tonal value, and here, and a little bit more highlight here, highlight, and the elbow, okay, and some highlight here on the cheek, there. Get the eye looking down, although I don't want too much detail, and the ribbon is here. Curly blonde hair, tip of the nose here. From all this upper torso, I'm going to emphasize this actually. I'm going to be a little bit more detailed here, because I want that to be our emphasis here. Shoulder blade, and a little bit of a darker tonal value. Okay, and not possibly, but deliberately move this and break and blend it to the background, and also gives movement, give that light line and blend it to the background, and also keep that highlight here on the hip, and a bit more of a precise line of where the elbow stops, and then there, and then a little bit of calf here, and a little bit lighter upper thigh here, and a lighter tone of the heel blended tone on the whole left calf. Bit more shadow here, and then lose those lines. And I'm doing some squarish marks here, quite sharp, and give it a nice darker tonal value. There. And lose that and blend it with the background. Charcoal dust, brush, darker tonal value here. Lose the calf completely, deliberately, because I'm emphasizing this more by losing the other one. And the thigh itself. And you have the chip part here. And here we are. And just a darker line. Okay, give it a bit of a movement here. Let's give her a bit of a movement. I might change my mind, but I think that movement is good at the moment. Now, where I'm changing my mind is to a bit sharper line. Upper torso and shoulder blade. Upper torso and shoulder blade. And muscle around the spine. And a little bit of a darker tone here. Okay. Alright, and then be a bit more precise would be to give her a little bit more angle here. There. And ribbon. Ribbon here. Alright. Okay, everyone. I think it's best not to move that or to work on it any more, because I don't want to overload it. And now with some highlights, and I think that would be a good decision to brighten it up here. Here to separate two limbs here. Okay, and some highlight on the heel here. Okay, calf, all right, and some highlight. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. See you on the next one. Oh, I just cannot leave it. Anyway, I'll leave it. Okay, wow. See you next one.